Well, very good evening, everyone, and welcome along to the Studio Rats Live Q&A number 123. As Mr. Drew does a very slow rotation this evening, my name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
And you are all very welcome. We will get to all the latest and greatest. Fairly quiet week on the gear front, apart from a couple of vintage icons coming back to bite us, I think.
What? What's that?
Don't worry, we'll get to it. Don't worry.
Okay.
But a busy week on the production, music making, and that sort of thing front. Mr. Drew, what have you been up to?
I feel a bit burnt out, to be honest. I think I'm a bit burnt out. I've been doing lots of videos and stuff. And what do you got? Is that Coca-Cola? You got in a wine glass there?
If you like, yeah.
What have you got? It's a bit. I've never seen you drink red wine. Yeah, nice.
Oh, yes.
I'm a bit jealous, actually. I haven't got any. Yes, so been doing lots of videos and stuff and just feeling a little bit burnt out, to be honest. I'm a bit done in. What about yourself?
Interesting day, interesting week. So, had a gig on Saturday night, which was great. Nice to be back playing with my mates again. Then Tuesday we had the plasterers come in for the studio.
Nice.
Which I can sniff it now. I mean, you can because plaster drying is pretty horrible.
I like the smell of plaster.
Oh no, it's a weird one. It looks like the thickest chocolate smoothie when they're doing it, and you just go no. But that looks amazing. Really quality job from those guys.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Just stay there, Pet. Make sure you're sticking a little slice of orange in that. Back to James.
Definitely. If you have a blue moon, it needs to have orange in it.
Definitely have a slice.
So yeah, we're so close now. I've got one of the guys here digging the trench for the power, so we'll have power in a week or so. I've been ordering some quite exciting things, some quite dull things.
Oh, please just do the exciting things. I need excitement. I don't need.
So the dull things, I've been ordering things like network cables and like plugs and stuff, and a network cabinet, so it can all be done properly and look really cool. But I've also ordered the acoustic treatment.
Right, nice.
From GIK. In GIK Europe, because they're an American company. So that's all going to be really nice. Got 12 panels coming.
Nice.
Looking at diffusers and stuff, and I'm going to make my own. It's easier.
Nice.
I've got one that I'm going to put behind the drums just to kind of do that job. But for the main listening position, I'm going to have probably a fairly big one up on the wall, and it'll be cool.
Nice.
So waiting for that. Waiting to get the plaster dried. I've bought a paint sprayer today.
Have you?
Spray it.
What? Why? Why spray as opposed to just roll it on?
Because it's 1,000% neater on fresh plaster. Yeah, really, really neat. Really good finish.
Okay.
And because it's all white, it's not like I'm worried about the corners around. Job done.
Okay.
And it worked out no money because of refunds and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, having a good week. Didn't have a great day today on the work front. It's getting very difficult to do any work because I'm getting so sidetracked by the impending event that will be getting out there. It'll be soon.
Yeah,
so I'm quite excited.
I can definitely see how how everything's you're distracted from doing anything else. I can completely see that.
But I'm still getting some stuff done. But today was not a good day, just of things not doing what they're supposed to do. But hey, should we get into it?
That's it.
Let's do it. Here we go. First one up tonight from Ben Myers.
Ben says, when will the Tonex video be out? I'm eagerly waiting for your captures. Need a bag, cat cub. No, there's no plan on doing the Tonex video. As far as I know, there's quite a few bugs. So there's no point in me doing the video until they sort the bugs out, Ben. But yeah, as soon as we can, we will. I think I want to feel quite inspired to do it. I'm not feeling very inspired at the moment, so I want to feel energized to do it as opposed to just And I don't want to do a negative video where it's got loads of problems and I just moan about the problems. I want to be positive about something.
And the other thing that bounces off that is when you do have problems with a thing, when there is bugs or issues, should we say?
Yeah.
It's very difficult to get, even if the product's brilliant, if there's issues with it, it's very difficult to get excited by it.
Yeah.
We are out and about tomorrow, which is going to be quite nice.
Yeah.
On a day trip to the seaside, which will be very exciting.
Yeah.
More about that probably throughout the next week or so as we drip feed out some of the content we're going to do. But
yeah,
very much looking forward to getting some sea air and stuff, even though it's supposed to be peeing tomorrow.
Is it? Oh, what a shame.
But hey. Next up.
Brent Chadwick says, evening, gents. Evening, Brent. K. Michael P. Howdy, y'all from cold, Sebastian. It's never cold over there. Talking rubbish.
Yeah, by comparison.
Pet says, hi, gents. When daisy chaining, do I go Thunderbolt 3 from Twin X into X6 and then into iMac Thunderbolt 3 port? Also, thoughts on 20 GPS versus 2 GPS? First of all, what's GPS?
Global positioning system.
No, is it?
It's gigabits. It's gigs per
seconds. Oh, mate, on audio, I wouldn't worry too much. Okay, let's do the daisy chaining thing. So you want to plug you've got an X6. You want to plug your X6 into your computer, into your Mac, and then daisy chain the twin from the X6.
Yes, because I don't think the twin's got 2 ports, is it? Or has it?
No, I don't think it has actually. No.
So you go from the X6.
Yeah, but definitely daisy chain. Definitely daisy chain the twin into the X.
I'm not sure if their star clocking works any other way. You have to daisy chain, I think.
Yes, I think you do.
If you don't, the star clocking stops. So if you've got, say you've got 2 Thunderbolt ports on your machine, one goes to your twin, one goes to your X6. I don't think that's a recommended way of doing it because of their clocking technology. I think you have to daisy chain off.
Yes, I think you do.
And
I think you can do it. But they don't recommend it. I think.
Yeah. And I'm assuming. Yeah, the giga flops per second or whatever it is for audio, we can work at way lower baud rates than that.
Yeah. Honestly, Pet, don't worry about it, mate. Because also I'm just looking at my little mini drives here. I think for the sort of amount of tracks that you're going to be doing, you definitely do not need to worry. And yeah, it's just get yourself the hard drive. Honestly, don't worry about it.
Get yourself a half decent OWC hard drive. They're bomb proof.
Do you know what I use these? I use these little ScanDisk, little SSD things, and they're lightning fast, and they're great for video as well. So that's why I use them.
All good.
Yes. Jeff, greeting from Brisbane, where the clock reads 5 a.m. Work's got in the way for the last 3 weeks. But I've got my priorities right this week. Well done, Jeff. Good work, man. Pet says, cornflakes or Rice Krispies? This is a good question.
Cornflakes.
Well, I'm gonna think. Okay, I'm gonna put a spanner in the works here. I'm gonna think of cornflake cakes and Rice Krispie cakes.
Oh no, still cornflake cakes.
Yeah, they're good. They are good, aren't they? Yeah,
the best ones and the most evil are crunchy nut cornflakes.
Oh, that's good.
But that's a day's calories in one little tiny cake.
Lovely. Mendel, good evening. Evening, Mendel.
And he also says,
Charles. Nice. I quite fancy a little tipple tonight. I normally try and lay off until the Thursday.
Yeah, I've blown that.
Thursday technically is the new Friday, isn't it? That's what
I've blown that this week.
Have you?
Yeah.
Jeff says, Pet, nothing yet. I'm eyeing off some chicken in the fridge.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, Blue Moon's here. Chin chin. Nice. Matt's in the house from Distance on Studios. Evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday, Rat Pack. Happy Wednesday to you, Matt, as well.
It is Happy Wednesday.
Good evening from a brisk and chilly North Carolina.
Nice.
Stephen James, good day from Brisbane, Australia. Larry North, sorry I'm late. The plague has me. You got it again. I hope everyone is well and having a good week. See, no, I'm not going
to be honest. We've all had the lurgy this week.
Yeah.
I avoided it until Sunday when I've just had this throat thing going on. It's been very uncomfortable to swallow.
Oh, that's good. It's not just me that's suffering from this.
Other than that, I've been a bit. It's not the dreaded lurgy, which is good, but yes. No. Sorry to hear you down with the lurg, buddy.
Chef Shepherd, bonjour everyone. Watching in Flanagan, Southern France this week. Bonjour.
Bonjour indeed. Well, actually, bonsoir technically because it's the evening, but you know.
Yeah. Rodney. Mike Aiton says hello all. Hi, Mike. Max is in the house. Evening all.
They're all in this evening.
Ron's here. He says, what are your thoughts, opinions on those combo acoustic electric guitars? Have you tried any? Are you talking about the Acoustasonics, the Fenders, Ron?
I don't understand those at all.
I think, honestly, those things are as ugly as sin, as far as I'm concerned. They are, oh, God, they're horrible looking things.
Not floating my boat, if I'm honest.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't understand its place in the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's what is it? It's an electric guitar. It's an acoustic guitar. It's yeah. To me, it's a no. To me, it's a no. I know we're going to upset people because there's bound to be someone that's got one and says it's amazing.
Mate, we've been around on this internet thing long enough to know. For most people to know, we don't care about that shit.
I do. I don't like offending people, but
but I'm not afraid if I do.
No. Mr. Abraham's in the house. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Nice to have you on. Mr. McQuillan's in the house. Good evening, guys. Hope life's treating you well. And to you, David. There we go.
I worked out what happened to my other Highland Plectrum Company Plectrum.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think's got it?
Larry North.
No, my son's got it.
Has he? Thieving? Really?
Yeah, he's been playing his guitar with it. I mean, doesn't do an awful lot for a £25 nylon string.
That's
but
good to dig into that.
It's certainly got some of those, the battle scars you get on an acoustic where you've been playing it a bit too much.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So those of you who don't know, go and check out after the show, Dave McQuillan's company called the Highland Plectrum Company. He sells gorgeous plectrums on Reverb. They are fantastic.
David, I have a commission for you.
Ooh.
I would like one of those £5 King Charles ones made into a plectrum, please.
Well, I think that's illegal, first of all.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sure. Is it actually illegal to deface a coin?
Yes, it's illegal to. Yes, and do you know? I think it used to be. I think punishable by hanging or something like that. Yeah. In the olden days, I think it was. Yes. No, you can't deface a coin. I mean, obviously, if you want to do
I'd settle for one of the new 50p's. But I'd like one of the King Charles one. I think that'd be great.
David will know.
I don't mean Spaniel. I do mean King Charles III.
Yes. So David, you can let us know because I'm sure you know if it's illegal. I'm sure it is illegal, but David will let us know.
Because you don't actually own the court. You don't actually own the money in your pocket, do you? Yeah. Who knows?
Richard's in the house. He says, "Hi, chap. Sorry, I'll miss you tomorrow." Oh, you're not coming. You're not going to be there, Richard. That's a shame.
Oh.
That's the whole reason you're going down.
Oh, well.
So, okay. Well, there we go. Bogeyman says, "Hi all, talk me out of buying a Friedman Little Sister. Such a great sounding amp. Can't wait to try one." Yeah. I can't, I'm afraid, Bogeyman, because it's a good little amp.
I'm afraid I can't.
What is my favorite Friedman amp, and it does so many good amps. It's probably the Twin Sister, so I don't think you're going to regret that. Have you got a Twin Sister? And
no.
in your Synergy?
No, I haven't. They oh, hang on.
I thought you had a Dirty Shirley.
I've got the Dirty Shirley Bucks and Betty. Yeah.
Ah, you've got the Dirty Shirley. Oh, that's a good combo.
Mm.
Nice.
I liked the Bucks. I mean, it's funny. I've come to most of my amps via the emulations. I bought the Chandler because I loved the Chandler emulation, and the BB DS module because I loved the Bucks and Betty emulation inside UAD.
Did you? I see. I don't like the Bucks and Betty. But
It's got a grittiness that I like about it.
Grittiness.
Yeah.
Really clean. Are you sure you're talking about the right one?
Definitely talking about the right thing.
Oh, interesting.
It's got a kind of not grit in a kind of distortion way, but there's a something in the tone that's kind of got a grit to it that I really like. Like an attack almost, like a dig that you get from it.
Interesting.
Hey, different strokes and all that.
Absolutely. Chemical P. How about the Pink Taco 2? To me, the Pink Taco is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. It's trying to be the other. It's trying to be. Yeah, it's not. No, the Pink Taco. I think the Pink Taco is. I mean, what are they? They're about £1,500.
Mm-hmm.
The little sister and the Pink Taco. They're really expensive for what they are.
The naming convention is a little.
Yeah, he's a bit of a wrong one, isn't he? He's a bit of a wrong one.
Yes, but hey, you know.
Evening Studio Rats, evening Duncan Mitchell. Alex Anderson Oliver says, I have bought a GX100. Thanks, guys, for your advice. Oh, nice one, mate. You won't regret that.
You will enjoy that a great deal.
Ken Slocum says, hi, Paul. I'm working on a studio pedal board, looking for a pedal platform to run my compressors, overdrives, and fuzz. I want to run delay into the effects loop recording rig. Are you looking for, Ken, what sort of thing are you looking for? Are you looking for a combo, an amp? Are you looking for a sort of like a modeler sort of thing? I'm guessing you're saying a
head, I would have said. And I have to admit, I'd probably.
Well, I think Ken's got to give us the budget. Let's talk budget, and then we can say I would recommend to get this.
I already know what I'm going to recommend. Okay, keep going. Let's keep going.
David Bro says, good evening, gents. I broke my wrist. Oh, no, mate. And 2 weeks ago, and I've not watched Die to It. And I've not, I don't know. Well, he's basically saying it's not making him want to play, I'm guessing. Oh, well, 6 weeks and I'll be back. Oh, mate, well, feeling for you.
Yeah, definitely. Nobody wants injuries, do they?
No, especially your wrist as your guitar player. Was that a bike accident? Hello from Buffalo, New York, says Dan Campieri. Hi, Dan. Hope you're well. Chris Williams says, good evening, gents. Evening, Chris. Pet says, I watched this fascinating video about Tommy Emmanuel's guitar touch. Apparently his action is stupidly low and his pickup is cranked really loud. Yeah, I think he does quite a lot of sort of the... have a look at... who else is he's not like Tommy Emmanuel at all, but who's Tosin Abasi? He has his action really low as well.
All right.
Because he does all that sort of
tappy, flippy, pingy thing.
Really clever, yeah. Really
Yeah.
clever stuff. Yeah, Tommy Emmanuel's amazing. Andrew Moore says, any chance of a review of the Walrus Audio Canvas mono and stereo, maybe a video of the pros and cons of going mono versus stereo? Yeah, I've got one. The only thing is, it will be an extremely dull video. That's all I can say. It's a great unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great unit. You need to be in a situation where it's going to make a difference. So for instance, if we could do a video live and there was a problem with like running from a modeler into the desk, you could ground lift, or you could actually show what the difference would be.
Well, it won't be long before we can do live playing videos.
Yes, yeah, we might be able to do it. We might actually be able to do it in James's studio, so that might be worth that actually that'd be worth doing there. But it's a really really good unit, Andrew. It's one of those utility devices. So let me get it, because
I did a gig with honorary studio rat Ben Hearn on Saturday, and he said he was well up for coming over.
Oh, nice, excellent. So here is
our tame bass player.
Just so people know, because Walrus Audio sent me this and I haven't been able to do the video yet. There's the canvas. This is the stereo version. It's basically a DI box that does DI, and I can't remember what the other function was. Yeah, it's got a pad line. You've got a line selector, I think.
You're right.
But it's really good. It's you know, as DI boxes go, it's absolutely fantastic, and it's stereo, and it's.
But they're not the most exciting thing in the world, are they?
Exactly. So it needs to be a video where you're almost like we're reviewing the latest Fractal thing,
and we're fixing a problem.
And then we go like, oh god, it's noisy, or it's that, and then we just go, get that out.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what we need it for. Yeah. Where are we?
We are here. Go.
Yes, we will do. We will review that, definitely. Jonathan says, good evening, everyone. Paul, have you ever bought a custom shop and had to alter the action, string gauge, etc.? Oh yes, every single time. Every single time. I don't think I've ever bought a guitar full stop and not altered, because I think everyone's different, aren't they?
Yeah. Although I'm not one of these people saying it's a bit like, you know, saying I wouldn't change the head on a drum kit. Because guitar is not my first call, I'm not one of these people who has to have all the guitars feeling the same or playing the same or anything like that. I know you're not either, mate.
That's right.
I'll pick up a guitar, and if I can play it and if I like it, I'll play it, rather than go, oh, that'd be great if I just tweak this, tweak that. Although, on your recommendation, the Nashville telly went to Steve and has been fixed and bits replaced and nuts done. And
has he put a vintage bridge on it?
Yeah, with a compensating nut. Yeah.
Can I show you this, because I didn't show it in the video, and I was really impressed with this one. It's my telly. I don't know if you can see it. If I get up other end. Oh god, we're doing everything opposite.
Yeah.
These are compensated nuts. Can you see the way that they split? Look at that one there. It splits.
Yes, they do. They're like,
yeah.
Really clever.
And this is what they call this. They call it like a cut bridge or something.
Yeah.
Bridge or whatever. But yeah, it works brilliant, because that's the thing about a telly. And it's funny. It's really funny, because it's exactly the same for me. Like, I was watching that pedal show on Monday, and Dan Steinhardt said the way that the problem he has with tellies or non-compensated tellies is this song. And sorry. Is that because on a telly, I played that terribly.
It's awful. Yeah.
You can't get it on a. Sorry, I've got it up, so I can play that. Yeah, it's so out of tune that far up the neck, unless you've got compensated.
But it's funny that you grabbed that. I've been playing this so much this week, and I forgot how much I loved it.
Nice.
Great guitar.
How are you getting on with the wide range? Are they wide range there, aren't they?
Yeah, I love it. I love them.
I can't remember how it sounded. I can't remember it.
It's quite sort of bluesy sounding. It's great.
Yeah, but are the pickups, are they quite Les Pauly? I can't remember it.
No. It's kind of. It's difficult to explain. It doesn't sound dark like a Les Paul, but it doesn't sound quite so cut your head off as a telly.
Okay.
But I like it. It was great. I was working on some tracks this week for Rex, and it sounds great for it. Anywho, where were we? Completely off topic.
Ron Siegel says, going back to the acoustic electric, there are other manufacturers. Taylor has one. Yes, Taylor. The Taylor one is the same. It's one of those guitars that's not. I've forgotten what model it is. it's one of those guitars that's neither an acoustic or an electric. So it's not doing. It's doing a. It's not doing a bad job at both, but it's not doing a good job at both.
A friend of mine in a band years ago had a thin Washburn acoustic, and what was really brilliant about that guitar, it sounded like, when it was plugged in, it sounded like an acoustic, but it didn't feed back like an acoustic.
Right.
I think it was fairly what the body was quite solid. There was a hole, but it was quite solid. It did not feed back. It was great guitar.
Really?
Really nice. But this is going back a long way now.
The thing is, Ron, I think about those guitars they're there to serve a purpose. I didn't know Rick Turner did one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Rick Turner? Is that the guy that does the Lindsey Buckingham guitars? Is that Rick Turner?
I don't know.
It's a guitar to get you out of trouble. It's all right if you're like the singer in a band and you're second guitar player.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing. So you can strum along, do a bit of acoustic, on the odd thing, and then if you need, the other guitarist needs a bit of backup doing something with his solo, you can do that. It's not anything that you would then go, I'm going to pick up that guitar because I need that electric tone. You'll never do that. I want to pick up that guitar because I need that acoustic tone. It's like it's a problem solver.
It's solving a problem that's not really there.
Well, it's solving a problem. It's great for things like function gigs, I would say.
Yeah, I always liked. I remember it's from Tina Turner's touring band, where both guys had acoustics permanently mounted on stands, so they could just run up, do the acoustic part with their electric still on their straps.
That's a very that was the first time I saw that was that's like an 80s.
Oh, it was so 80s.
Like Wanted Dead or Alive. I think they said, Bon Jovi used to do that as well.
But when you want that just for a couple of hours.
What a tune.
Great tune.
It is a good tune, isn't it? That's
a brilliant tune. Shame he can't sing it anymore. Moving on.
Oh, bless him. Must be tough. It must be tough to be. Yeah. Anyway, Tabster, morning from not so sunny Sydney. Oh no, what's going on in the world? It's not. It's cold in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Not so great in Carolina and.
Oh man, Mississippi Blues says, "Evening all. Any thoughts on running direct into an FR cab?" Well,
depends what you're running in.
Yeah, exactly what James said. Yeah, it depends what you're running in. If you mean running,
wouldn't run for an amp head.
Yeah, you let us know what you're running in. Mr. Moxie, he's done a little super chat. Thanks, mate. You're an absolute star. That's really kind of you, Pat. He says, always appreciate the advice. Both apparently Andertons Martins have gone through a plec. Looking at the OM28 reimagined. That's interesting. Andertons, have they now got a plec machine in Andertons? I think that'd be a really good idea for Andertons to get a plec machine.
Yeah.
Peach have got one. Anyway, nice, fantastic.
I'm just trying to find where we were.
Oh no! Hold on a sec. We didn't really finish the question about the custom shops being. Who said that? That was.
Hang on, I'm getting there. Custom shops. This one we did. We moved on from that.
Yeah, I don't think we finished it though. Yes. So basically, can I just finish off that because
that one.
I don't think I've ever got a guitar that I've ever thought, oh, that is absolutely set up perfectly, because it's an individual taste thing, isn't it? That's what I wanted to say. There we
go. Mississippi Blues, we need to find out your context. What are you running into it?
Yes.
So we'll get back to you on that one.
Pet says, and he then plays with a really light touch. I always thought he dug in more.
Tommy Emmanuel.
What a great player. Lee says, any thoughts on the new Friedman Pink Taco and Twin Sister amps? Due to inflation, etc., they're eye-watering expensive. Yeah, £1,500. They are expensive. I'm sure they used to.
It's more than that at the minute with the dollar as it is, or the pound.
I think they're about 15. I think they're about 1,500. Let's put it in perspective. These amps are, and there's nothing wrong with it. These amps are PCB amps, as far as I know. I think the Taco and the Twin Sisters are. Sorry, not the Twin Sister, the Little Sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's any reason for them to be that expensive. I think they're brilliant. I think Friedman amps sound absolutely fantastic. If that's the sort of thing that you're looking for. I mean, I used to have a small box 50, and it was an outstanding amp. I wish I still had it, to be honest. Really, really great sort of, because he does that. Dave Friedman's got this way of getting, like, it's not just about high gain, it's about the saturation that he gets on his amps. It's like the pick attack that you get from his amps it's really different to a lot of other amps. It's
lovely. They sound great.
Really, really nice. It feels great. You know, it's like everyone enjoys playing through a Friedman. I don't know how he does it.
Jimmy. Oh. Moving on.
David Bro says, Paul, are you going to turn James into the fun police? Deface the guy? No. Hey, I don't do whatever you want. I'm not worried about it. I'm just stating the fact.
I'm sure I'll survive.
Jonathan says, Bogeyman, take a look at the Friedman Pink Taco PT20. Pete Thorne's review of the Little Sister rocks. Pete Thorne's great, isn't he? He's so good. Pete Thorne is perfect for that amp.
Yes.
Mike, I haven't seen the review, but he is perfect for that amp. Mike says nobody's mentioned the elephant in the plug-in room, new Strum Big Sky. I've done the review. I did it today. It'll be out Friday because I'm not going to get a chance to edit it tomorrow. So I've done. Shall I talk about it?
Yeah.
Actually, no, because it's part of the news, and I can talk about it. What I think of it and stuff. Jeff says, I've now ordered guitar number 100. Have you got 100 guitars?
Wow.
I went with Sir, but it's a race between two of them. I ordered the Pete Thorne and also a custom shop. Wow, Jeff, doing it proper. And they're both due to arrive in December next year. Next year.
I know how that feels. I still haven't got my car.
Wow.
That's epic. That's vision.
That's the thing. I mean, I completely respect the way you're doing it, Jeff. Is like, you know, you want that guitar, and you've gone, I'm gonna get that exact guitar.
Yeah. And
I'm prepared to wait for it. Me, I just go, I don't want to wait for it. I just go and buy a second-hand one. So so I bought a second-hand. I mean,
Here's what I found.
Yes. Here we go. I bought that second-hand Pete Thorne. You will not be disappointed with the Pete Thorne. It's such a great guitar. So you'll be well chuffed with that. The second-hand value of Pete Thornes are quite reasonable. So just in case, you know, you want to have a look. What custom shop have you ordered, Jeff, as well?
The thing is, though, guitars are not like cars. Even though I ordered my car back in December last year, I haven't paid a penny for it yet. I bet that isn't the case for these two guitars.
No, absolutely not.
I bet that's not the case. I would say you've probably paid up front full amount, Jeff. So
well, maybe, but what that's fantastic. Something to look forward to. It's fantastic. Glenn, I do love that guitar.
It's a great guitar, isn't it? I love that.
Nice that. We always talk about Glenn's guitar. He said, good evening, gents. Just wanted to jump and say how I enjoyed the video on building a song, Paul. Can't wait for the full song. Are there going to be vocals at the end? Yes, we're trying to work out who's going to do the vocals at the moment.
Who we want to do it.
Jackson, obvious choice because Jack is fantastic. Jack Rubinacci. But Jack's been going through some eye operations and stuff at the moment, so he might be out of action for a bit. So we'll just see. Yeah, but yes, hopefully there's going to be there'll be some vocals on it. If it's Jack, I know he'll do a fantastic job.
Yes, always does.
Yes. So sorry. Yes, we would just to talk about that, Glenn. James and I shot the drum video yesterday. We shot it yesterday, didn't we?
Yesterday, yes, yeah.
That video is going out tomorrow. If James can be bothered to take a picture of himself behind his drum kit, so I've got.
Oh, get a life! You asked me to do these things at 5 o'clock when I'm clearly in the middle of family dinner time.
We're taking 2 seconds. Anyway, next question.
Yes.
David says, "I'll raise your pink taco with a brown eye." Yeah, his naming convention is a little. He's a wrong one, isn't he? Well, War Without Tribes is a boot. He says, "Hi guys, I've just got Logic and I'm trying to use the drummer for my tunes. I want to do something with different time signatures. Is there such a thing as a meter track on there? Same as tempo track?" Yes, yes, without a doubt. You can change. You're going to struggle with using the drummer track, because I don't know how that adapts to different tempo, different time signatures. But yes, you can definitely change.
I don't know how it works either.
I'd have to load up Logic to show you War Without Tribes, but yes, you definitely can do that in Logic. Pretty much, if you think of, Logic is, you can pretty much do everything in Logic that you can think of. Superjet113 says, and then there's the hairy brown eye. Yeah, it's wrong, isn't it? It got everything. Say such a wrong. Shahar Bar's in the house. He said, "Have either of you gone to a university? If so, which one? And what did you major in?" James?
I went to London Guildhall University and I majored in music and instrument technology.
Nice. I went to
School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah. I went to ACM, which is in the UK, which is called the Academy of Contemporary Music, and I was there for 6 months, and I got a job with a signed band. So I left and started to get a much better education on the road than.
I actually did graduate, even though I did the first year, I did not miss a lecture. Second year, I probably missed 40% of lectures. Third year, I missed nearly all my lectures because I had a full-time job. I had 2 full-time jobs in the industry, and I still graduated with a Desmond.
Oh, nice. Did you? Nice.
That's why you put that together.
Oh, hi. Not that Desmond. Dave McQuillan says it's not illegal to destroy a banknote altogether, although according to the Coinage Act of 1971, it is an offence. If you can manage it to destroy a coin that was minted after 1969, there you go.
Well, there you go. I did not know that.
Well, send David your £5 doofler.
Yeah.
Is it a big coin? I'm guessing.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's quite. I'll probably do it with a 50p.
It's probably one of those. Have you seen those plectrums now that are just for your hand?
Yeah,
ridiculous. It'd be like that.
It would look weird.
Easy, not on Tinterweb. Oh, thanks, War Without Tribes. That's very kind of you, mate. He says, "Thank you. I'll have a good look around on it. Much appreciated." Yeah, it's really good. It's a shame I can't open it up, because if I did open it up, it would destroy the audio that James and myself are talking on. But you definitely can do it.
Yeah.
Zach Lee says, "James, 2,000 screws in."
Right.
Here we go.
I don't know if you can see them, but there's thousands of the things.
Just got a bit of glue. I mean,
bit of glue.
Nice. There we go.
Can't see it anymore. It's all gone.
Yeah.
All covered in lovely plaster.
Lovely jubblies. Have you did you cover up the screws?
They covered all the joints in scrim tape.
Yeah.
As you were. We didn't cover the screws. No. It won't be an issue.
No, it won't be an issue. But they always start to. You can almost see them. You can almost see
the weirdest thing. You know how in like a modern house, if you the drywall or plasterboard, if you hit it, it's got a rattle to it, isn't it? It's got a hollow sound to it.
Yeah.
Not so much this room. This room is dunk.
Okay, great.
It is proper solid. But also at this point, we should go.
Oh, who's been? Mr. Cook. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Really nice of you. He says, I, aka Thomas Nonsense, have owned 99 guitars so far in my life. I currently have 16. I wanted number 100 to be special. I sent a link to the custom one on Messenger because I couldn't post it here. Let's have a butcher's. James, Messenger, is that Facebook Messenger?
I'm guessing so, yes.
So
on tech, aren't we?
I'm honestly, I'm getting worse.
I still can't work Sky Plus or Sky Q.
Here we go. Hold on. Let's have a butcher's because I want to see this. I do love her. I do love the guitar. Let's have a look. It's a Sir custom shop.
Yeah, that's what it meant.
I thought I instantly when he said custom shop. Oh, I'm not. No, the pleasure is all mine. I'm just looking at it.
Share it. Share it.
Okay, hold on.
Share it.
Let's have a look. Present. They've changed it, haven't they? Present now.
Oh.
That's great, isn't it?
I've just had a crisis.
Have you? Don't stand up. Don't stand up.
Oh, that is beautiful.
That is really nice.
Oh my God! If you get a piece of timber like that, that's just amazing.
What is it? I want to know what the what is. Oh, let me have a look. What is the? Because the only thing that I worry about that is the weight of it.
Oh, I don't care. Look at that. It's stunning.
Oh no, it's alder. It's fine. It's fine. That's roasted alder. That lovely.
Oh.
That is really nice. See that to me. Isn't that funny? Like, if that was a Fender, I'd go. Oh, I'm not
over
sure.
The top. Wouldn't you say that was over the top?
Yeah, but for a Sir, it really looks good on a Sir, doesn't it? Really like that. Okay, really coming back. How do I stop? There we go. Nice.
Anyway,
that's really nice. Very jealous of that one.
Yes.
Brown eye begets pink eye. Nasty. But that's probably out of date after decimating.
Decimation. Yes.
Duncan says, really like your how to record a song from scratch. Looking forward to the next one. Cheers, Duncan. Yeah, next one's coming out tomorrow, we think. It's a drum, it's us, it's how James and I record drums.
Yeah.
I hope it does well. I wasn't expecting the first one to do well, and it did all right actually.
I think our process works, doesn't it? I can't wait to be in the other room, if I'm totally honest now, because I want big drum sound.
Sure. And I personally think that's the best drum sound you've ever had in that room. I think it's a really good sound. Yeah. I mean, it's done 4,200 views.
That's not bad. Not bad for not a Marshall video.
Yeah, you do a Marshall video, it's like, yeah.
That video that's got to be our most successful video.
Probably is actually. I'll have a look. See what.
Crazy.
Ken Slocum says, looking at the Boss IR200, Boss GT1000 core, and I'm impressed with the DSM Humboldt Electronic Simplified DLX, maybe Blackstar Amp 1. Can I throw a spanner in the works? Instead of that lot, have a look at the GX100, which is a Boss product. That's my favorite.
GX100 for not that much money is an amazing piece of kit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's got everything. It's got everything that the IR200 does, but more. It hasn't got all of the complexity of the GT1000, which I don't think 99% of people would use. And I think it sounds better than the GT1000. The DSM Humboldt, I've never tried one. I've only heard them, and I wasn't that impressed. The Amp one, the same. But I would go for the. Depends what you want. I mean, the Amp one's different. The Amp one is an actual amplifier. But I really like the GX100, which I've got one. I've got one out back. Mendel Rock says number one on the likes of the new how to record a song. Sorry, plus one. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Thank you, Mendel. That's really kind. New one coming out tomorrow. That 1971 law is probably out of date after decimalizations.
Yes.
Dave Gordon says, cheers from California, USA. Welcome. Superjet 113 says, Havasu here, David. I'm guessing this is some Scottish thing going on.
Havasu.
What were that, Tribes? That telly is beautiful, James. Can I tell you that?
I for an auction buy, for a sight unseen and all that, it's a stunner. I love it.
Good guitar.
Boom.
Tone Dragon. Afternoon, gents. I want to start recording and playing my amps quietly. So many options these days at different price points. Your guys' thoughts?
There are two options.
Start recording and playing
really, that we use. The UA Ox.
Yep.
Or Paul is a big fan of the
Boss Tube Amp Expander. I think is amazing. Or if you don't mind the lack of attenuation, so if you want to plug your amp into something, but it doesn't drop the volume of your amp, so you can either just plug your amp in, and then you can play silently. You can just see it down there, which is the Two Notes Torpedo. Their stuff's really good. They're all good. Really. Yeah. Superjet, Harley Benton now makes a clone of that Taylor you're talking about. Well, there you go. That's interesting. That might be worth doing, like a cheap version. Yeah. Max says, James, that Washburn may have been the SBS20. There we go.
I'm tempted to check that now because I'll know what it looks like.
Do you want me to do it here?
Yeah, please, if you would. Washburn SBS20. Because that thing was great. I remember thinking, I want that guitar. It sounded really good acoustically. It sounded brilliant plugged in.
Oh no! Please tell me it's not. That's horrible. God, that's horrible.
No, definitely not that, Max. Definitely not that.
Have you seen it? Oh, can you see it? You can see it.
Yeah, I just put it like no, definitely not. No.
Ooh, that was a stinker. That was.
It looked not unlike a telly. Telly shape.
Interesting. You sure it wasn't a Fender? I remember the Fender did
No, definitely a Washburn. Definitely a Washburn.
Okay. Mr. McQuillan. He says, thinking about buying. Thank you, sir. He said, thinking about buying the new Joe Strummer Relic telly, but think 1,500 is a bit too much for a Mex build. Oh, for a Mexican. Do you know of any good Relic tellies for around the same price? The thing is,
I was in a music shop a little while ago now, to be fair, and they had the previous Joe Strummer is the guy from Clash. They had the previous version of his Mexican telly for 600 quid.
Right.
And I was thinking, that's not a bad deal for a good telly, but I'm not that bothered about having his name attached to it. And then I was in the States and bought the cream one.
Yeah. I think you can definitely get a Relic. I mean, if you want to get a Fender Relic, if you mean, and when you say a Fender Relic. Oh, actually, what about the again? I thought it was a Mexican one. Who's the sort of Americana? Anyway, okay. So here's the thing: you're not going to get a custom shop for 1,500 quid. You used to be able to get them, but unfortunately now second-hand custom shops have shot up in price, just like the brand new ones have. But there are other options. Nash make really good guitars that you can get some sort of relic ones, and Nash ones are every part as good as every bit as good. That's what I meant to say, as a custom shop, or companies like I'll think of some more names. I'll tell you what I'll do, David. I'll keep my eyes open. Maybach would be another good shout, which is a German builder.
Paul, what? They make cars, not guitars.
Well, custom cars, don't they? Maybach guitars, they're really good. You'll pick up one of them, a secondhand relic for that with them, and they're really good. That's the thing. 1,500 quid for a Mexican tellies. That's a lot of money. Considering that's probably an 800-900 pound guitar, just because it's this little special edition. They've bunged the extra money on the top. There's nothing special about that. That's what I think. Anyway.
We should also say,
Rumi, thank you. He said, mates, any benefit to recording my small box? He's got a small box 50. Very nice. He says, any benefit to recording my small box 50 with a 1x12 versus a 4x12? I'm newly experimenting using a 57 and a Royer on the 1x12. Seems better low end.
It's a bit. Say you got a 1x12 or a 4x12. It's a bit like saying I've got a car. What are the speakers that are inside it? Is it open backed? Is it closed backed? I
disagree. I sort of disagree with that. I mean, as the 4x12 is going to be a closed back, without a doubt.
Yeah, 1x12 might not be.
Sorry,
1x12 might not be.
It might not be. No, it might not be. But I'm trying to think. The Friedman. I'm trying to think what the Friedman 1x12 is.
I think though, Rumi, you've hit the nail on the head. Experimenting is the phrase.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm not going to say you have to get right, but you conventionally should get right, is the phasing between those two mics. Now, Royer make a brilliant little clip that will allow you to mount an R121 and a 57 perfectly phase aligned.
Yeah.
It's about 100 quid for the clip, which is ridiculous. But it means you can mount both mics on one stand.
Yeah. It's
a really elegant solution. And we used one on the recording we did at Dean Street, didn't we?
Oh.
Yes, we did. Really elegant solution. That, and then move it around the cab. I would always start, where the dust cap meets the cone?
Yeah.
Start at that point.
Yeah.
And then if you want a brighter, harsher tone, move towards the center of the dust cap. If you want a more natural, then becoming darker sound, move towards the edge of the cone, as a general rule. But that's very much a general rule, not it has to be done that way.
I always think with a ribbon mic, I always think that every time I use a ribbon mic, I always push it closer to the cone, closer to the center of the speaker.
Right.
I always do it because I always find that they're so rolled off on the top end. But yeah, I think so a 4x12 is going to be a bigger sound, and a 1x12 is going to be a more focused,
tighter sound.
Focused, tighter sort of sound. Yeah, but no. Please experiment and let us know what you what you decide. But that's
But a Roy and a 57 is a classic combination.
Yeah, you won't go wrong with that sound. Yeah. Martin Collier says it's got a nice guitar too. After many excellent
It's an
reviews.
SRV, isn't it?
Huh?
It's an SRV, isn't it?
No. What is? You got us two just peering in. It's a parts card, I'd say. After many excellent reviews on YouTube, got a Marshall Reverb 12 combo, an amp from the late 80s. Yes, solid state. What a shock I got. It's
My first ever guitar amp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Excellent. He said it's so good. He's now using it as a preamp into a Valve power amp. Look at that.
I did my final year university degree project using that amp. We did a cover of Edge of Darkness, the Clapton and Michael Kamen track.
Yes. Oh, how does that go? Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's
the cover of that. And we, in 2 days, my buddy Ago and I, who is an amazing keyboard player and arranger and musician, recreated the whole of the 24 Nights arrangement with the big lush strings and the big rock and roll drums. It was an amazing recording.
Oh, nice.
I think we used every single thing in his studio. We used every synth, every module, everything. It was great. And I was playing guitar through that a cranked Reverb 12 combo. Just brilliant little amp. Only an 8-inch speaker, but that's what we had. We stuck a mic on it and it sounded amazing.
8-inch, wow.
Yeah.
So Bogeyman's has been a generous bogeyman.
Boom.
Cheers, Bogeyman. That's really kind of you. He said, "Trem on a telly?" ? Generally takes away from what makes a telly bridge pickup sound great. Magnetic field of the classic bridge. But on the Vega Trem VT2 looks interesting. Thoughts? Trem on a telly, yeah. Why not? I think.
No, that's the last thing I thought you were going to say.
No, I mean
heresy.
Well, I get wound up with the people just like commenting. Oh no, that's like my 2 sort of master built videos that I've done recently with the that's not a telly because it's got this pickup on it or something. It's just like no, it's not.
Telly's a shape.
It's a shape. It's a shape. You can say, James, can you deal with anchor?
Oh, have we got some issues? Oh yeah.
Is anchor being a bit of an anchor?
Yeah. Goodbye.
Anchor, stop being an anchor. Right. Yes. Yeah. No. I mean, why not? Why not give it a go? And yes, I think why not? I think I like trems on guitars personally, and I think on a telly, I haven't got a telly with a trem actually. That sounds like another thing.
There's the next purchase.
Yeah. The Sir Andy Wood has got a trem. I really like the look of.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
Max says Ivan is Lone Star 420. We call it the frying pan. Piezo bridge, sort of Les Paul shape and thickness, but with a sound hole. But there we go.
Nice.
Superjet 113, Wanted Dead or Alive.
Nearly was, yeah.
Ivica Bago says, cheers from Croatia. Osijek, welcome. Mr. Barr says,
I love Shahar's questions because they're completely irrelevant. But
favorite tea, James? PG tips. It's got to be PG tips.
Well, see, it's got to be PG tips, but it's got to be pyramid bags as well.
Yeah,
all be pyramid bags. I didn't realize for about 6 months that my wife has swapped out our tea bags for not only for Lidl's or Aldi's, but also for decaf.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know. That's how much of a tea connoisseur I'm clearly not.
Definitely. That's the only thing about being British. If you go to any other country, tea is awful.
I take tea bags with me when we go to the States.
Yeah.
I'm that sad.
Yeah, good man.
And I asked for a cup of boiling water, and they go, "How boiling do you want that?" And I was like, boiling, please.
Probably hot.
They're not actually allowed to serve boiling water because it's too hot.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
God. Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to just go back to Bogeyman's question. I'd like to I'd like to try some of those Vega Trem stuff.
Mm.
Really would like to try that. Yes. Anyway.
At this point, we should jump into the news.
Okay. There's not a hell of a lot of news.
It won't take us long then.
What's this? Let's get rid of that. Okay. Shall I share my screen?
Yep.
Oh no, hold on. Share screen. What's going on there? Okay.
Boom.
Let's start there.
Oh, another Noel Gallagher guitar. How very original.
Gallagher. Okay. Custom silver sparkle Gibson Les Paul that Noel Gallagher used to own is up for sale again. Apparently, it's the best guitar in the world.
Really?
According to him. So yeah, I think it looks quite cool. I don't know what's going on with that.
He's ruined it with a sticker.
Is that part of the? It's quite a cool guitar. I do like the guitar.
Nah, bored.
You don't like it?
Nah.
I wonder how much it is.
I'm not if it's up for auction. I'm guessing.
It's got a.
All that I'm so over.
Oh, it's an Oasis sticker.
I'm so over that. I really am.
Over what?
The whole custom shop Noel guitar.
Oh, yeah.
No.
There we go. James isn't happy.
He's just bored of it.
Come on, then, give us a little sing song.
It's time for our Harley Benton moment of the week.
There we go. So I thought these are quite nice. These are the new.
Great, don't they? That seafoam green just stands out a mile.
Oh, I like the pinky. I like the little pinky.
I needed to know that.
That. I think they look great.
They look
See,
fantastic.
If you didn't look at the name on the headstock, I would think that's some sort of boutique built guitar.
Yeah. How much? About 200 quid, I bet. Something ridiculous.
No, they've got to be more than that. They've got Roswell pickups in them. Oh man, you're right. 180 euros. Look at that.
That's ridiculous.
Honestly, they look great, don't they?
You know what we have to do?
What? Buy one.
Just buy one of these days. We're gonna have to buy one, and if it turns up and it's an absolute dog of a guitar,
yeah,
we know that it ain't all it cracks up to be. That their glamorizing lens is doing its magic.
Okay.
I don't think it will be. I don't think it'll be an absolute dog. I think it'll be a perfectly usable playable guitar.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it will be. I think that'd be great. Go on then. Give us another one.
Oh, another Harley Benton moment of the week. Another moment of look at that and just go, you wouldn't think it wasn't a Fender.
Look at that. The like, Placid Blue. It's nice. I'm not sure if you're on the red with the Torque Guard.
I'm not sure about the red, but the green looks great.
180 euro. No, it doesn't.
How?
I don't know. It's great, isn't it?
So we were out shopping the other day, and I was trying to work out how well-known high street shops can sell T-shirts for £1.99. How does that work? How can a kid's T-shirt be £1.99? How is there any margin in that at all? How is there any margin in a £179 base?
Yeah. Without a doubt. Sweatshops, mate. Anyway, so we've been talking about it, the Little Sister and the Pink Taco V2s. I do like the look of the new Pink Taco. I do like that, the black and gold.
Black and gold.
It's a good tune. That's a good tune. You should do that in the band actually, on the gigs, because that's a really good tune. Yeah. So The head is €1,800. That's a lot of money, isn't it? The combo is 2,149.
Ouch.
Oh, that's a lot of money. Nice though. Nice.
I still couldn't get over the ridiculous name.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. So, Strymon just released the Big Sky plugin, which I did a review of today. I should say I shot the video today. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's really good. Do you know how much it is, James?
250 quid.
200 quid. You're right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's 200 quid.
Mm-hmm. How much is the
hardware? I think it's quite a lot for a.
How much is the hardware unit?
It's a good question. That is a good question. Hold on. Actually, I won't do it like that because let me have a look. Strymon.
Because I always think you want to pay more for the hardware, even though the hardware is just effectively running the software.
Absolutely. The big, yeah. See, that's the thing. The Big Sky is 449.
Right.
So it's. I don't know. It baffles me a little bit how there's no. Yes, there's the R&D and there's the the programming and all that sort of stuff they've got to do to make the plugin, but there's no after that. There's no cost. So it does seem a little bit weird that they're then charging, for double the money, which is, in effect isn't that much. You actually get a piece of hardware, which obviously costs them money. Personally,
the hardware you can only use once. The plugin you can use as many times as you like.
Without doubt, but I do think sometimes these companies do get a bit greedy with how much they think that they can charge. Basically what they're doing, they're not saying how can we get this into as many hands as possible. What they're saying is how much, how can we charge as much as what's the maximum that we can possibly charge for this. And to me, it doesn't make sense, because I would rather 100,000 people bought the plugin than 50,000 people, because it's way more beneficial for them to sell more units for less. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense on the pricing. I don't think. But yeah, no, it sounds good. It sounds like a Big Sky.
Yeah, because it's not like a Strymon isn't a digital unit.
Exactly, it's using the same algorithms.
Yeah,
and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. The only thing that I would say, so, and I showed this in the video with the shimmer function, which is basically what the Big Sky is known for.
Mm-hmm.
The Valhalla shimmer, which is a plugin, and that's £50, to me sounds better.
Valhalla is a great plugin.
Yeah, the Valhalla stuff is, but they're only individual reverbs. So you buy a Valhalla plate, and you'll buy a Valhalla shimmer, and you'll buy a Valhalla something or other, but they're all priced at £50.
Yeah,
I mean, I think if Strymon's knocked that out for £100, £99,
they'd sell a gazillion of them.
Yeah, every producer would buy it. Yeah, there's a lot of producers that are now going, I reckon, as opposed to every producer buying it for their DAW, what they're doing is they're alienating 2 out of 3. I would say, with people going, quid. So in effect,
how much is a good UA plugin?
Yeah, but I mean, UA is a bit different because you're sort of tied to the hardware, aren't you? Well, you were tied to the hardware. Yeah, no, and I agree. I do agree.
We should at this point.
Yes. What's that? I can't see anything because I've got my screen.
You're not sharing your screen at the moment.
Am I not?
No.
Oh.
Shahar is saying next tea on me.
Cheers, Shahar. That's really nice of you, mate. Thank you very much. That's
Very
really fun. How was I not sharing my screen? Did you see the? You saw
We
the
did,
free.
and it vanished. It vanished.
Oh, okay. So let me go back. Because there's one more. Cheers, Shahar. That's really kind of you, mate. That's. There we go. Okay, so we're there. Yes. So yeah, all looks good. But it's 200.
Yeah.
Actually, it's 239 euros. I think we've got to talk about this, haven't we?
Bow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, bow, chicka, wow. It's like something out of a 70s porno.
Oh my god, it's awful, isn't it? Is that just the ugliest thing you've ever seen? So this is the new Avid M box. Avid brought out the M box 20 years ago, James.
Oh god, the original M box, yeah, got to be, yeah.
It's basically the way of being able to use. It used to be the way of being able to use Pro Tools software. It was basically like a dongle. Think of it like that. And they've done it. They've done a couple of different versions of it, and they brought out this monstrosity.
Okay, so functionality wise,
yeah,
this thing's going to be great because it's built on the same backbone as Avid Carbon. As in the processing, it's going to sound great. The functionality is going to be great, but it ain't a looker, is it? I mean, it looks like a 70s disco, a 70s DJ controller.
No, it doesn't. You know what it looks like? To me, it looks like, you know, when you go to NAMM and you go down on the bottom
in Hall E,
and you've got those speakers that have lights in them and like those PA speakers.
Who's used Chrome jack sockets this century?
Is that an old-fashioned thing? I don't really.
It looks like an H&H amp combo amp from the 70s.
It does, yeah, it does. From the 80s. Yeah,
right. Those side cheeks look like we've got to box it in with something. Clunk. I mean, I'm sure you could run a tank over it, but it's not a looker.
It's not. It just looks rubbish, doesn't it? Oh, bless it. Only a face only a mother would love.
It does look like a 70s DJ controller.
Has it got? What's it got? It's got some DSP in it.
It's got DSP. It's carbon. It's a carbon based unit to avoid an obvious Star Trekism. But oh god, no! That's hideous. I'm sorry. That's absolutely hideous.
Yeah, wrong'uns. Anyway,
that'll appear in a 70s sci-fi spin-off, and everyone will go, "Wow, how cool is that, man?"
Yeah, well, it's sort of 70s. You know what people did in the 70s to make something that they thought, how something would look in the 2000s. Anyway, there we go.
Amazing. Right, go. Here we go.
Mississippi Blues says pedal board with a pedal amp, Iridium UA FX Stream. I haven't tried the UA FX stuff, Mississippi Blues. Iridium's really good. I would actually, I can't. I'm gonna have to reserve judgment on that because I haven't tried the Dream, but I imagine the Dream's really good.
Yeah.
Rumi says, do the Studio Rats like the old Rat pedal? If so, how do you like to use it? Yes, I do. I do like the old Rat pedal. It's the only. Actually, no, that's not true anymore. It's one of the only. It was one of the only fuzzes because it is actually based on a fuzz as opposed to distortion. That I used to really get on with. I think they sound brilliant. How do I use it?
In the front.
Huh? In the front.
Front end.
Yeah, I haven't used one for some time. I've now got a God, they're all coming out tonight. A Jam Pedals Rattler, which is Jam Pedals' version of the unit.
Oh, you've taken the kinky leatherette pouch off.
Oh yeah, because it comes with a metal plate, and it isn't leatherette; it's actually leather. Yes, it comes with a metal plate, and it comes with a leather plate as well.
It's just very strange.
You can take it off. Oh, I love it. I love what jam pedals do, and that's really good. And the way that I run that, which is basically the same as a Rat, more or less, is the tone is at 3/4, the levels in the middle, and the gains in the middle.
Nice.
I forgot what they call it. Filter on a. Is it called filter on a Rat? The tone control.
I can't remember.
Pink Taco is hand wired. Oh, well, there we go. Well, they are. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, apologies. Fender 1960 CS says, hello all. Hope everyone is well. And to you, Fender Custom Shop 1960. Superjet 113. All Freedom stuff is dope. Yes, it's really good. Thoughts on Amplitude's new Tone X amp sims? Still haven't used it. Apparently, it's got some bugs. We're waiting for the bugs to be ironed out, and then yes, I'll be reviewing it. Fender 1960 CS says, anything new from the Synergy camp? A bit stale since. Yeah, that's true. Actually, it has been a bit slow there.
The device module.
I don't think I don't think it's done that well. I think it's a brilliant unit, but I don't think it's I don't think it was the success that they thought it was going to be.
Which is odd because I really like it. I think it works so well for me.
It's really good. It's such a good unit. Glenn LaForce says, awesome. I can't wait for the journey. Hope your fractal presets will be out soon. I love your approach and your tone. Oh, cheers, Glenn. Do you know, I started to do the video on the presets, and then I worked out that the presets that I programmed actually use third-party IR, so I can't release the presets.
That's annoying.
Which is a bit gutting. Glenn says, thanks for all you guys do, and give us a getaway and listen to you all talk gear. Oh, thanks, Glenn. I'm glad you're getting something out of it. Second note says, I'm just looking at his logo thing. Is the Mini Jubilee still your favorite of the three? It is my favorite, yes. James likes the 800.
I do like the classic. The JCM Studio Classic, yes.
To be honest, if you bought any of them, you'd be happy. Pet says, I had a Desmond as well, James. The drinker's degree.
Yes.
My wife got Desmond as well. Oh, did she get 2-1? Anyway. David Bro says, did you gentlemen see the Eric Johnson ad for the Fender Stratocaster with built-in? What?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's got built-in processing.
Well, built-in processing or preamp.
It's got a built-in pedal.
Well, yeah, but that's been done ever since Eric Clapton.
I know, but I mean, this is a bit odd, I think.
Oh, that's interesting. No, I haven't seen that at all.
Oh, it's
when did that come out?
Oh, I saw it a couple of 3 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah. Bit weird. He was talking with, I think it was one of the guys from Premier Guitar.
Yeah.
Not the Rebecca Dirks anymore. Where's she gone? Bring her back. A girl doing guitar channels.
I want to talk about that. That's a good thing for me to talk about, actually. I can have a rant.
Yeah, I saw it and thought, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Go on. Tell me your thoughts.
Okay. There's two things. I'm trying to work out if I'm going to get in trouble for saying any of this. So let me just. Okay, I won't say one of them. I'm going to have a think about. I'll have a think about that rant. I'll speak to you tomorrow about it, and then maybe we'll do it on next week's if you think it's
okay,
politically correct enough.
Yeah, my call on this is normally not the right one.
Yeah. Okay, so do you know what is really winding me up recently? If I mentioned this before about YouTube videos, and more you're getting these big YouTubers that are doing like real sort of clickbaity titles, like I've got something important to say, but it's actually worse than that. This is going to be difficult,
Right.
like titles like that. And there's actually 3 big YouTubers that have done it recently, and I've just refused to click on it because I just think, what are you doing?
There's no law against it. The problem is there's no laws on the internet at all, really.
No, unfortunately, there's not. But I just don't think. I think these 3 guys that have done it recently don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. That's for kids to click on, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had to hold back a little bit there, but I'll talk to you tomorrow about that.
Yeah. I've always come from a point of view of you should, if you've got a video on how to make an electric guitar, the video should be called "How to Make an Electric Guitar," not "I've got a great way for you to save money." Because clickbait is naughty.
Yeah.
I think it's naughty.
Yeah.
And I'm sure someone will be able to find one of my videos somewhere that says
Yeah, sure.
But I genuinely think I don't think you'd ever catch us going, the greatest money making scheme for guitar players. You'd never find us doing an ad like that, because the way for a guitar player to make money is to practice like hell and be a really good guitar player.
Well, okay, I'll take it to the next. I'll take this to the next stage. One of these YouTubers, there was a picture of her, basically in bed, just getting out of bed, and it said something like, "This is going to be difficult." It was something like that, which I was like, what are you doing? Because you're not appealing to, or that is, yes, it's appealing to men. It's appealing to men to click on it, but you're not appealing to your audience, which to me seems really wrong.
The other ones at the moment that are really annoying me, is "You're learning guitar all wrong. I've got the guaranteed way to make you be a better guitar player with less practice," and I'm like, no, I'm really sorry. These and these need to put the hours in to be a good guitar player.
Yeah.
There's no shortcut. There's no amazing YouTube trick that, short of giving that person, starts off with $1,500, then goes down to $1,000, and for this one-time price that's always available, $399.
Yeah.
For their course. I'm sorry. The gravy for the brain model, that ship has sailed. The course.
I think it's sailed, but
because everyone's doing a course now. Everyone's making a course. You don't have to be an internet expert. I mean, geez, the fact that you and I are sat here proves that you don't have to be an internet expert. I would never call myself an expert. I would say I am learning as much. I learn from you every time we talk about stuff. I learn from the masses every time we do one of these. My reasoning for doing this is quite selfish, because I want to be a sponge, and I want to learn from as many different sources as possible. I learn so much from these Q&As.
It's every day's a school day.
I know quite a bit, but I'm very often proven wrong. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, questions.
Carry on.
Yummy, sir. It's really nice to say that. JV Hangout says maybe a chamber guitar to lower the weight of the guitar, though. Yeah, I'd be well up for that, sir. I think that's Capturex. Yep, Capturex. Go for that. Cracking bit of gear. Thoughts on the SM57 and SM7B for recording guitar and tracking DI guitar?
Both work great.
Thoughts on checking the SM57 SM7B for recording guitar and tracking DI guitar? versus committing to tone. Richard, oh, okay. Here we're saying. As far as I'm concerned, I never DI because I commit. But then I'm used to recording, and I'm used to, I've done the years of knowing what a guitar sound, and if that guitar sound is going to fit in a track after all of the different sort of things are in it.
And you don't tend to record guitar for other people often.
I disagree.
Okay. My reason for always putting a clean DI in is so people can love the part, but not necessarily love my tone.
Right.
Yes, I think, and people will have said to me, 99% of the time you nail the tone as well. But at least as a professional courtesy, it's an option that people can reamp or whatever they want the tone.
Yeah. Can I say, so Mendel, SM7B all day long on a guitar cab.
Yeah.
All day long over a 57. They do sound very different. I've got, so on my Grossman cab there's an SM7B and a 57. The SM7B is to get the meat of the tone, and the SM57, if I ever need it, is for that little bit of extra honk, if you want.
Yeah.
57's got a really unique tone about it. SM7B's got a much more flattering tone for recording guitar for me. They sound SM7B fantastic. Thomas Barron. Oh, thank you, Thomas. He says, thank you for not doing clickbait and staying honest. That alone calls for a small appreciation. Cheers, guys. Thanks, Thomas. Well, James and me, we're going to do I'm going to do a picture of me just getting out of bed, sort of scratching my ass or something. It's going to be difficult. That's what we should do. That's exactly what we should.
We should both get out of the same bed. That would be fun.
Yeah. This was. Yeah. What can we?
This was difficult.
That was difficult.
He was difficult.
I wish he was more difficult.
Oh dear. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas. Capture X has attenuation. Yes, the Capture X has. The Torpedo Studio doesn't.
Rumi from other earlier says it's a 1x12 Mesa and a 4x12 Marshall.
Oh, nice.
Good combination.
Yeah, really good. Again, it really depends what's in the 1x12 Mesa. But yeah, the Mesa is going to be much more focused sound.
Oh, and by the way, I had to back off that.
Oh yeah,
Vintage 30s all round.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, that's great.
Well, I'm actually thinking of either wiring it in stereo.
James is talking about his 1960
A.
Yeah. Cab, but a 4x12.
Yep. Either wiring it in stereo,
Is it not
or no, it's a mono input, one jack.
Oh.
It's a really old. I think it's a really old one.
Has it got plastic handles or metal handles?
Metal handles.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You honestly don't even touch that thing.
No.
You sure it hasn't got the plastic. Has it actually got the chrome handles on the side?
It's got metal handles on. I can't tell if they're chrome or not, but
are they? Is it all covered in like black plastic? Is it like a black plastic handle? The handles on the side. Or
yes.
Are they all black?
Yes.
Okay. No, that's fine. No, that's not one of the original ones.
Okay. But I'm thinking to put one of each. What, like 4 different speakers in there to get.
How much do you pay for that?
200 quid.
Oh, great. Nice one.
That's you. Excuse me. Yeah. And again, excuse me.
Lee Abraham says, Boss GX100. Is it a faff using the software and getting IRs into it, extra drivers? Yeah, that's the thing. So Boss Yeah, Boss has an IR loader for it. It's not that much of a faff. Basically, if you buy like a Boss product, something like the GX100, GT1000, that sort of thing, you've got 3 things to install. You've got the driver, you've got the software, and you've got an IR loader as well. I don't know why they can't all incorporate that into one thing. I don't know why that's
There's
possible.
3 different teams that develop those things.
Maybe you're right. It's very unusual. I think most companies now sort of do one in one.
They don't have 4 different software divisions. Whereas Boss are big enough to have a drivers division,
Interesting. Dave Pavo says, "Sorry, I'm late. No, not a problem." Daniel Early said, and Daniel's early. Reed Trem on a telly. The Reverend Pete Anderson Eastside S has Wilkinson Trem on it. Yeah, they're cracking guitars.
Great Trem.
Yeah. Funny enough, this is what I couldn't understand with the Pete Thorn. Expensive guitar, right? I've taken off the locking. I didn't like the locking thing. Expensive guitar, Wilkinson Trem.
Wilkinson's not a cheap Trem, though, is it?
I would argue Wilkinson hardware is great, but I would argue it's budget.
Really?
Well, Wilkinson hardware goes on a lot of Chinese guitars.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But it's good. It's really good. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised they went for on such an expensive guitar. I'm surprised that they went for that Trem on that. But it works great. So maybe that's. Oh God, this is gonna flummox me. Nectarius Contolian. How's that?
Well done.
Thank you. That's a nice guitar. He's got a nice guitar there. He says, "Do you guys have any experience on Gretsch Electromatic guitars? Can they hold up against Japanese models?" Funny enough, we'll do that tomorrow.
Yes,
we will do that tomorrow. There's James and myself are going to a guitar shop tomorrow.
Camera isn't.
And maybe we can do that video because I don't think I've tried. Have I tried an Electromatic? I've got a Japanese Gretsch and it's fantastic.
I've tried a load of Electromatics and they all feel really good.
Did they? Okay, great.
They feel like good guitars.
Okay, great. We'll see if we can fit that in tomorrow.
Yeah.
David Ramos says, "Are we in the golden age of horrible signature guitars?" Go on, give me some.
Definitely.
There is a lot about at the moment, isn't there?
There's a lot of YouTubers getting signature guitars. I'm like, what the hell's that about?
Well, there's a lot of YouTubers starting up companies, guitar companies.
No, there's some well-known YouTubers who are getting signature models.
Apart from Rick Beato, go on, give me some more because I'd like, and I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm trying to.
No, I mean, there's. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's guitarists who have become YouTubers who are better known for being guitar players. But the one thing you can say about Mr. Gallagher is he is at least an internationally recognized guitar player. Whether you think he's any good or not is neither here nor there. It makes sense to me for there to be an Eric Johnson signature, an Andy Timmons signature, an Eric Clapton signature, a Bonamassa signature, because all those guys are amazing players and have the street cred to back it up.
Yeah, but there's still some, outstanding guys that are more known for their YouTube stuff than their actual guitar playing. And I'm not saying that, someone like Pete Thorne. Yes, I know Pete Thorne's done a lot in his past, but I don't think people really knew who Pete Thorne was until he started up the YouTube channel. Probably the same with Tim Pierce. Tim Pierce done a ton of, recordings, and
No.
featured on the top of big, with big artists, but you wouldn't go, oh yeah, yes. The name wasn't like Michael Landau, Steve Lukather, those guys which were, internationally
The
known.
LA session scene in the 80s and 90s. Yeah.
Even though Tim Pierce was involved with that, it's different, isn't it? I don't know.
I also think there are a lot of horrible guitars out there as well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of shows.
The St. Vincent one.
Yeah, I didn't like the look of that. I think that was designed for design's sake.
Yeah. Some shockers.
Noel Gallagher is a guitar hero in England.
No,
I wouldn't say so.
I think most people actually tolerate him barely these days.
It's just
He's a grumpy old man. He makes me look happy.
He's just his opinion. He's just so opinionated about. Hey, look, we're all opinionated, but
he likes jazz even less than you do.
Oh, I quite like him. He sounds like my sort of guy.
Noel Gallagher should tell the joke. What's the difference between a guitar player and a rock guitar player and a jazz guitar player?
Go on.
A rock guitar player plays 3 chords to 10,000 people.
Yeah, that's it. Very good. Right. Next question.
Let's power on through.
Bogey says, indeed, Daniel, nice model also. David Ramos, own a Harley Benton, and it really does feel like a cheap pos. What's a pos?
Piece of.
Oh, really? Oh, well, there we go. Interesting. Lee says, I've had several Harley Benton Fusions, great guitars. There we go. Lee knows his onions as well. Shep Shepherd says, on my travels, I guess, with my telly, UFX Dream, powered off and power back. USB to 9-volt adapter, quarter-inch twin to TRS adapter and headphones. Don't be put off the UA pedals lack of headphone jack. Great. I'm a bit confused. Sorry, let me just try and read them.
Basically, he's outputting the pedal into a pair of headphones.
Oh,
rather than putting it into an amp, and it's loud enough.
Great.
Yeah,
nice one, Shep. Brilliant.
I think getting back to Lee's previous statement about Harley Benton Fusions and people's I would say Harley Bentons 15 years ago, absolutely unplayable pieces of POS.
Mm-hmm.
These days, very different story from what we're reading and what we're seeing.
Yeah, we need to. I need to just get one. I need to get one. John says, too expensive for my bleed, but I don't recall.
He means blood.
What we talking about there?
The Big Sky.
Right. Yes. Lee says, I've heard the Big Sky plugin is a direct response to requests from movie music makers who want it instead of running their scores out through the pedal. That makes a lot of sense.
Does indeed.
That makes a lot of sense. It's a really good sounding pedal. But it is 10 years old. Those algorithms are 10 years old.
Yeah, but how's plastic?
Huh? Yeah. Exactly. I'd still use a 224. Hollywood Actress says, hi all, Lee, are you still using the jet guitar? Max says, I'm cooking lasagna, but I'd like to talk to you guys about the economics of software.
It's challenging. Having worked for software companies.
Lee says, yes, indeed. He has 2 fab guitars. We talk about the jet guitars.
Yeah.
I've grown 2 jet guitars, same model Strat or Telly or Les Paul Show. He's got 2 Strats with humbuckers, HSS. The EHS Big Muff hardware plugin looks good and only costs 2 Strymon plugins. There we go. They're basically talking amongst themselves.
They are. How very dare they?
No, it's all good. That's very good. We like people talking amongst themselves. John Wallace says, my trip to London was great. Thanks for the guitar shop recommendations. I had a great time on Denmark Street, especially at No Tom Guitar. Also, the Roland store was cool. Yes, the Roland store is quite cool, actually. Guitar Camden had great customer services. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Shahar Bar says, here's a good clickbait title. Do fenders cause cancer? Because isn't there something with the nitrocellulose lacquer? I think there's a warning. Am I right? I'm sure I saw it on the last guitar that I bought. You know those warnings that you get sometimes with pieces of gear. You know, if they contain something that could be carcinogenic,
yeah,
whatever the term is. Yes, I've got a feeling it's something to do with the nitrocellulose lacquer.
Never buy a guitar with Wengi or Wenge or Vengi
Really?
Because that stuff's evil.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really not nice.
Oh, interesting.
It looks pretty.
It does look pretty. Jeff Cook says, I have the Studio Jubilee, the Studio Classic, and the Studio Vintage. My favorite of the three is the hand-wired Princeton. Yes, I quite fancy a Fender amp at the moment. Hollywood says, ooh, I've got to find those clickbait titles to see what it's about. Clickbait guitar is finished for me. The reason why will shock you. Yes, that's a perfect clickbait title. Second note, you're on about Rick there, lol. That video did well clear of 1 million views, and his brilliant interview with Thomas Newman did 40,000 in the first 24 hours. Hate the game, not the player, I guess. No, I don't think he doesn't need to do that. It wasn't necessary. He did do a clickbait title. Luckily, it wasn't him that did the one getting out of bed. Wouldn't like to see that. He doesn't need to do it. The thing is, second note, he doesn't need to do it. He's got however many million subscribers. He doesn't need to do it. He's a respected YouTuber that just doesn't need to do it. It's not needed. He doesn't. He would have. He's got a big enough audience that would click on the video without needing to try and make people intrigued to click on a video that actually it doesn't. Well, it's pointless. What about that, Tribes? If you mean Mary Spender, I've noticed she's done a few of them. She has, giving the impression she's about to quit in the 8-minute video, stating the same thing in 6 ways. No content, just filler. I rest my case.
No comment necessary.
She doesn't need to do it. She doesn't need to do it. She's a talented artist. Whether you like her stuff or not is irrelevant. She's good at what she does. She's got a big following. She doesn't need to do that. It's like, okay, I went to a wedding a couple of weeks ago, and I was at a table. It was a musician's wedding. I was at a table with 3 singers. Okay, it was me and my wife Catherine and 3 singers. What's that? What?
It just sounds like a disaster.
No, it's great. We had a great time, and we were talking, and the 3 girls were talking about sort of, you know, their social media presence and stuff, because all 3 of them are really talented. And two of them said, "Oh yeah, when I do I want to do a post on Instagram, I use these special filters that just make me look flawless." And it's true. Like, if you look at the photos that they do, they look absolutely flawless. And I said, "Why are you doing that? What's the point?" Because one thing, you're not doing any other woman any favors, because you're making everyone else feel bad. And 2, you don't look like that. 3, if any of these people meet you, they're just going to think you don't look like that. What's the point? It's the same thing for me.
It's like any pictures that Madonna posts these days.
Yeah.
Versus pictures other people post of Madonna. It's not the same person.
No. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? That's a bit weird. But I totally get the point you're making. There we go.
All right, that's
I'm curious on how many subscribers watch a new video versus non-subscribers. Also, the loyalty rate of subscribers, e.g., 50,000 subs, but 2,000 watch new video in the first week. If you're talking about our watch thing, it's weird. Sometimes I think it's 73% of the people that watch the videos are non-subscribers.
wow.
Yeah.
Higher in the case of the Marshall video.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a funny thing. I don't know why some people don't subscribe. And then, you know, and then people subscribe and then don't watch videos. You know, like we did a video, you know, the songwriting video. And, you know, not every video is going to appeal to everybody. And I appreciate that. But if someone subscribes, you would expect more of those subscribers to watch. It's quite strange, and I've never bought subscribers. I would never ever buy subscribers, unlike a lot of other channels, because again, I don't want numbers. I want people to watch the videos. I don't want empty numbers. It's pointless. Give S. Do either of you use more than one channel in an amp anymore, or just as a pedal platform? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I use multi-channel amps. Yeah, I still love them.
Yes, yeah, I use all the channels on the Bad Cat, sort of a hybrid channel thing, but the Matches has got 3 channels, and I use 2 of the channels on that, not the 3rd channel. Just in case says, hi guys, how much of an ego does one need to have to get up on stage? I don't mean up your own back end ego, but you need to have a bit to perform. No. That's a really good question.
It's difficult, isn't it? Right. So my son today is learning guitar, and he said to me, "Daddy, when did you first do a gig on stage?" And I said, "Well, I was 7 the first time I got up on stage in front of an audience of 1,000 odd people to do a gig." And he went, "That's only a year older than me." And I went, "I know." And he went, "So when did you start playing drums?" I said, "When I was 6. I just had the platform, you know, the thing to go and do gigs and stuff like that." And he went, "But he said, how could I get up and do it?" I said, "Well, you need to practice. You need to find a band and practice. You're 6. It's not easy. That's not normal."
Yeah.
For a 7-year-old, I've been doing it so long now. Some would say it's ego. Some would say it's confidence. Some would say it's overconfidence.
Yeah.
I don't get nervous now. I just get up on stage and be me. And if you like me up on stage, great. If you don't like me on stage, sorry.
I still struggle. It's funny, like sometimes I don't have any problem. 90% of the time I don't have any problem getting up. I still think, yeah, a small amount of time I struggle with getting up on stage, and yeah. Anyway,
I think it's different. I think getting in front of 70 people at a wedding is very different to getting in front of 70,000 people at a festival.
Yeah, I mean, I find it easier on a big stage than I do on a, you know, on a bigger gig than a little gig.
You can't see the whites of their eyes.
Well, maybe it's that. Maybe it's that.
I think a little bit of ego helps. A little bit of, you know, you wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't a little bit of, listen to me, this is what I do.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure you're right. Yeah. Rage Unlimited. Oh, I'm late. Greetings from Turkey, guys. Greetings, Rage. Hollywood says, Lee, are you still drawing the new the Nux MG, or did you send it back? One Arlecon says, why aren't you buying any pre-CBS Strat telly? We need that material. It's funny. That's a good question. Well, one, because of the price. But, you know, is that the progression? Is the progression, you know, okay, let's leave it in basic terms. Squire Strat, Mexican Strat, American Strat.
Or Japanese in there first.
Japanese, yeah. Yeah. Custom shop, master built. pre-CBS. I had a chance when I was 19 years old to buy a 1962 Strat for, it was less than 1,500 quid.
Oh,
And it was a Sunburst, and it was
that'd be a pension.
gorgeous, huh?
That would be a pension now.
I know, and it's one of those things that 1,500 quid at the time was a lot of money for me, and then you just go, why didn't I buy that?
Yeah,
I don't think I would love one. The thing is, okay, here's the thing. So if I went to go and buy a pre-CBS Strat, it would cost multiples of tens of thousands of pounds, at least, at least 10 to 30 grand. Actually, and plus, depending what you got. And would it be any better than a Masterbuilt Strat? Definitely not.
No.
Would it be any better than a custom shop Strat? Almost definitely not. It's just a great investment. Kreenar is in the house. Hi, Kreenar. How you doing? He says, hello, everybody. He says, I believe Wilkinson made in Japan is a whole other thing. Ah, here we go. So I didn't realize this. Well, thanks for filling me in, mate. That's every day's a school day. Lee Abraham says Wilkinson is budget and Goto, made by the same people.
Okay.
One says, and we definitely need a video of you testing James Tyler Strat. Oh, I'd like to try James.
The only problem with the James Tyler Strat is that god awful dog of a headstock.
I was I was lusting after a couple. Kreenar says, I believe that to be the worst marketing move, putting the name Wilkinson on Chinese-made affordable guitars, while also having a Japanese line of hardware. Completely agree. He also says, I could be mistaken, but I'm 99% sure that is the case. There we go. We need to go to David. David's... Mr. Bros, thank you, sir. He says, I've recently cancelled 2 Patreon accounts that provided me with nothing. You deserve that money, as this is my favourite time of the week. Cheers. Cheers, David. That's really nice, mate. It's our favourite. It's my favourite time of the week.
Go.
John says, Paul, I slightly disagree. Just because the hardware goes on cheaper guitars doesn't automatically mean that the hardware itself is unreliable. Not at all. I completely agree with what you're saying, John. I think that is the most important thing. Yes, it isn't. I don't think I put my point across right. The Pete Thorne Sir guitar is a £2,700 guitar. It's a really expensive guitar. Or a fairly expensive. It's an expensive guitar.
Yeah.
That to me deserves. I can't remember what the Sir trem is. Personally, I think the Sir trem is fantastic. It's such a good trem. That's the trem they should put on it. I know that Pete Thorne wants this locking trem system thing on it, which I'd take off the screws anyway. And he obviously knows what he's doing, Pete Thorne. He's amazing, isn't he?
Yes.
But I still think it should be a designed by Sir trem for Pete Thorne.
Yeah.
Not a trem that is fairly reasonably priced.
Oh, wrong one, sorry.
Finger Blasting for Dummies says Mary Spender is a YouTuber, not a credible artist songwriter. Glenn Martin. Well, I mean, whether it's your thing or not, she's done really well, and she's obviously she's a talented girl. Whether you like her thing, I think her whole tenacity at the YouTube thing is fantastic. I think she's done an amazing job with that. But yeah, whether you like her music or not is. Glenn Martin says, hi guys, have you used a Friat Power Station attenuator? I have a Super Reverb and it's the only one I've found that can run at 2 ohms. Wow,
that is pushing hard.
I've never tried one. I know they're supposed to be really good. Hollywood says, Paul, I agree about Wilkinson Tremor, sir. I'm sure they're good enough for a 2,000 to 3,000 K guitar, but would expect something more expensive. Look at the Ibanez RG550. Comes with a low pro trem. It's expensive. But there we go. Gretsch, are great guitars I use. I just put a TB Jones Brian Setzer into them. They rock. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, I've got a couple of them. I've got Gretsch Brian Setzer, great guitar and great pickups. The Sir Pete Thorne used to have a Goto 510 trem, but changed to Wilkinson a few years ago after Trev Wilkinson gave Pete a new prototype, one at NAMM, to try it. It must have been pretty good. Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great trem. It's a great trem. One says, have you ever tried James Tyler? They're getting quite a bit of hype these days. They are, aren't they? They are getting a bit of hype. I don't think I have tried one.
I think I have played one and gone, this is nice.
Yes, I think that's, yeah. Yes. Nickel. Cali Pro 65, they put it on literally everything. What's the Cali Pro 65?
No idea.
Don't know. Finger blasting for dummies. Noel Gallagher isn't actually that grumpy. His arrogance is an act. Oh, that's interesting. That's a good act. If it is just an act.
He carries it off well.
He does carry his arrogance. Does yeah. Lol. According to California, everything causes cancer. That is very true.
Very true.
What's wrong with Wenge? I'm pretty sure I have a Warwick with some Wenge in there somewhere. Nothing wrong with it. I think James was saying it's nasty. It's nasty.
When you work with it, it's very nasty stuff. It's carcinogenic. The fibers are nasty.
Nasty.
This is from someone who worked with it and made 2 basses.
The mayor says, ask Paul who's the greatest drummer. Be acreful with your answer. I'll be very acreful. I'm thinking Jeff Porcaro. Finger blasting for dummies. James will be snoozing before you get through all those comments.
You're probably right. I'm absolutely shattered.
Let's do it. We've got 3 minutes. Let's do it. What about that Tribes? I feel like she has money issues, to be honest. Just an impression I get. She was clearly frustrated that her TikTok didn't take off. She might be struggling to pay for the album she's currently making, maybe. Possibly. I guess we're talking about Mary Spend. I never meant to bring her name out, but
people worked out from the cunning clues you gave them.
Yeah, well, I think she's great. I just didn't agree with that clickbaity title. I think she's better than that. Emil Bailey says, I've never played a 725 Radius before, only 9.5 and 12. Thoughts on the difference? My favorite is the 9.5. 7.25 is it's really curved and it chokes off if you do like if you do a bend instead of like a tone bend, if you do like a tone and a half bend, so it can choke out if the action is very low. So personally, they're really comfortable for bar chords and things because it's a really curved radius. But 9.5 to me is that perfect balance.
Yes.
Jack R, can't perform, just don't want to and don't enjoy it. I get too nervous. I fell in love with the guitar at 7 for me, and that's why I truly play for me. That's fantastic. Yeah, and you shouldn't feel any pressure too. That's brilliant. That to me, that's the purest kind of enjoyment, because he's not doing it to. You're not doing it, Jack, to show off. You're doing it because you enjoy doing it, and that's fantastic. Well, with that, Tribes, one last thing I'll say: she needs a producer, editor for her song. She's got raw talent, but she needs a producer to shape her stuff. She's not as slick as her contemporaries. I agree. I think a lot of artists could do with production. Yeah. Whoops, wasn't done, Will. Let's be fair though, says Thomas. Many people buy vintage guitars. People buy as an investment or for nostalgia. I personally prefer more modern spec instruments. Yeah, I think vintage guitars are just a fantastic investment, and I wish I had the foresight to buy stuff when I had the opportunity. Funky Bass UK. I was in London Resonator Centre in the late 90s with my cousin. He came out of there with a 1920s National Resonator. Nice. Coming up close to 100 years old now. It's incredible guitar. Only 1,000. God.
Wow.
The Mayor. Love the James Tyler headstock. It's so distinguished. It's really growing on me.
I always think it looks like it's going to go and dive bomb something chronic.
It looks a little bit to me like the CNC machine broke before they could finish off. One says, have you ever played a Luthier's guitar that blew your mind? Only, actually, yes. There's a couple. Funny enough, when James and I were in NAMM, the last time we were in NAMM, there were two I thought were really good. One was SMP, who's a guy that's based in Cranley, in the same village that I live in. And I reached out to him, didn't get back to me at all. So, who else? There was one other. I can't think of the other one. But that's it. Apart from that, Fender Masterbuilts.
I bought my.
What's that?
My Eagle acoustic.
There you go.
That's as close as that's probably the greatest guitar. It's the greatest built guitar I'll probably ever own.
There we go.
It's beautiful.
The Mayor says, I only play Strats and Tellys. That's a great way to do it, as far as I'm concerned. Pet says, if I were you, James, I'd open another bottle of red. Yeah, you're a bit slow on that.
Yeah, later. Actually, to be honest, I've got to be up at the Cracker Sparrows to get down to sunnier climes. Go.
David says, have you ever tried a Kiesel guitar? I kind of want one for my birthday next year. I've never tried one, but I hear good things. I know John's on friend of the channel's got one. We've got a few of them, hasn't he? Yeah. Good, as far as I know. ML says, thank you. I won't be rushing for a vintage then. Cheers, guys, says Finger Blasting. Shahar says, have you ever blew a luthier that played your mind? I haven't, unfortunately.
No, not this week anyway.
That's another good clickbait title, though, isn't it? I blew the luthier. Second note, I doubt there's capital gains tax on guitars either. As an individual, the rule generally is anything that wears out in 50 years. Cars, watches, racehorses, etc. That's interesting. Feline guitars. I'm not going to comment on feline guitars.
Okay. There's a lot of.
I used to have one. And that's what was this?
No.
Get rid of Josh. Josh, what are you doing?
Let's do that. I've just yes.
What are you doing, man? It's no need. Look,
no.
It's like 2022. What are you doing?
Yes.
Josh is fine. I don't know.
There we go. Well,
bad parenting. Yes.
Is it all, isn't it?
Shocking. That's shocking. In today's age, that's shocking.
Very poor form. But hey, we got there in the end. We're at the end of our 2 hours. Before I pass out through lack of sleep, we'll be back next week with more of the same. Please keep your questions coming in, video suggestions, all that sort of stuff. I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, Paul.
Yep.
And we will just put these last couple in just because this is quite relevant.
What that tribe says, a really cool company is Blackbeard guitars from Italy. Just one guy who makes them, and they're really low price. He has a YouTube worth the peaks and great woods used. Oh, look at that! Nice one.
Definitely.
I think companies like this, I'd like to reach out to and see if
I'd like them to reply.
Yeah, a lot of that
is the answer. Cool. Well, we got there in the end. Finish on a high. So we will see you next week. So I'll be up the Cracker Sparrows driving down to the south coast. Have a great one, everyone. Take care, stay safe and all that, and we'll see you again very soon. Night.
Cheers, guys.